Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is G. You are watching All Astrology and Virgo. This video is all for you. Here we go, Virgo. We're going to talk about your February 2023. Yes, 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 yes. This is exciting. It's February, and we're going through a lot of changes. Okay, lots of changes. There's a video out that talks about the overarching planets that are moving from one sign into another. It's like 10 minutes long. I'll put a picture up of it here, I hope, and then I'll link it below for you. It will give you the full picture of what's going to be occurring for February. Okay. So this video, we're going to go over the usuals. Okay. There's going to be an ending and there's going to be a new beginning. And so I'm going to talk about those using the astrology, and then I'm going to give you a card. So let's start off with February 5th. February 5th is a full moon energy, right? This is an interesting full moon because, well, it's the moon, it's full, and it's automatically, we know that's like a closure and a completion and an ending. And it's feminine energy, it's feelings and it's emotions. And that's normal for full moons, right? A heightened emotion. That's typical. Now, what's interesting about it is that it's in the sign of Leo. Well, the sun rules the sign of Leo. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? So, like, a full moon is always going to be the sun and the moon at opposite ends of each other. But because we're having the full moon in Leo, it's like it's a new moon. Yeah. So in other words, what I kept hearing strongly, the very first video I did for these was one door is closing, but multiple doors are opening. Okay. So this is good to know. What I love even more was the astrology supported it. After I heard it, I'm like, okay, now I understand why that was coming through so strongly. So we're going to find out where this ending is for you. Okay. But all you got to do is understand, what does Leo mean? The sign of Leo is fun. It's my happy place. It's joy. It's laughter. What did you used to do as a kid? As a child, what did you do for fun? What makes you laugh? Where's your happy place? Do you have a happy place? Think of Leo energy. It's about being unique and being creative. It is about having a good time, taking a risk with your body even, right? So Leo energy, being very, very, very creative. This is a powerful full moon because it's got the sun and the moon together in a creative sign, right? So Leo energy is also the same energy to making babies. Yes, it's the masculine and the feminine getting together, mating, dating, relating, romance. Yeah. Taking a risk with my body, right? Like, oh my gosh, there's a baby. How did that happen? Yeah, this is Leo energy. Laughter. Keep in mind the laughter. But because this is an ending, it's like, okay, so what's ending? What am I not doing? So I'm thinking, using all those Leo keywords, perhaps it's just something you used to do for fun. Maybe you used to go out dating to a certain place, right? Maybe you used to go to the show and the theater. Maybe there was music involved. Are you a performer? Right? Like, there's different ways that we all uniquely express and radiate and create and color. Lots of vibrant colors is Leo energy. Think of the long hair and the mane, Leo energy. Big time, right? So, where is this happening for you? Well, Virgo, I've got you down, and yeah, you have that Leo energy in your 12th house. So this is sort of hidden from you. So when I talk about all this stuff, you might be like, I don't do any of that. And your happy place might be a little elusive. You might not be too sure what your happy place is. Do you like watching movies? Do you like watching or listening to music? Do you like playing music? Have you ever written music? Is there something a bit dramatic and theatrical about you, right? Because you have Leo in the 12th house, and that's Pisces energy. Yeah, very dramatic at times. You probably can be, and you might not even be aware of it because it's in your 12th house. So has anybody ever said to you, oh my gosh, that person is so dramatic, right? Leo in the 12th, drama can be dramatic, right? And it doesn't have to be like drama in a bad way. It just can mean like when you talk, your words might be syrupy, sweet, or, there's like a lot of different ways that the drama or the dramatic or the emphasis on your words can come out. And you may even hear it in mine as I speak. And that's fair game. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all have Leo energy somewhere in our chart, and we all have Pisces energy somewhere in our chart, right? So it's like, yeah, this is all that, right? But it's a closure and an ending. So there's something that's in the mystery, 12th house mystery, subconscious, that's being released and let go. And now this is also the place of dreams and fantasy. So maybe you have a fantasy to be on the theater, to be in the theater, to be in the stage and screen, to be an actor or an actress, to something about performing, right? Maybe you had something where it was just one of your dreams and nobody even knows about it. It could even be a dream about a romantic partner. Like, do you have certain people on the stage and screen, or even musicians that you're just like dreamy for? This would be that, but it's letting it go. So it's kind of got this vibration of, I'm leaving my childish ways behind me, right? It's kind of got like, yeah, it's kind of got like that vibration to it in this placement, because the 12th house is like that Jesus in the garden praying stuff. So this is a release and a let go. I'll go over the Leo keywords one more time, because these are some of the things you could be completing and letting go. So it's children, fun, joy, creativity, romance, mating, dating, relating, theater, having a good time with my body, creating. This is really creative energy. Having Leo, creative energy in the 12th house, very creative energy. This is so creative. So there's something there that you're like, I'm all done. All right, let's get your card. Okay, this is from another lifetime. This is from another lifetime, being in charge, being the boss, being the one that everybody came to, like you were the authority figure. This is what you're releasing. This is soul's memory, your soul's history. There's something there about the ego, but it's hidden from you because it's in that 12th house, and you're releasing it. See how that sun is shining through there? And see how there's the empowerment card? But this is in your 12th house. So it's another lifetime or soul history, whatever you want to call it. But your soul holds the knowledge. Okay. So there's something there where when we let go of, I'm supposed to be in charge, it's hard when it's in your subconscious. But there may have been conversations that you've gotten into with people, and you don't understand what their issues are. And you might be like, okay, I don't know what their problem is, right? We all do that. But this card in the empowerment, there's something about holding on to that could have possibly have been holding you back. So there's going to be an ending, right? Check the degrees. The Leo full moon is at 16 degrees. It's actually 17 degrees. It's 1640. So see if you have something there. But there's a release and an ending. And so a bit of the ego might be involved, of being the person who's in the limelight, or who's in the spotlight, or who's in charge, being the authority figure in some way, and letting that subconscious thing go, because it's somehow likely holding you back, right? And so again, when the door closes, a few more doors are going to open. Now we're going to talk about the beginning. We're going to the third week of February. It's February 20th. There is a beginning, and it has to do with Pisces energy. I know it's crazy because we just talked about Pisces energy, because we were talking about your 12th house. 12th house is Pisces, ruled by Neptune, right? And so you had really creative energy there that we were just talking about releasing. And here we go with this creative beginning. Pisces is creative, right? So it's, again, sleep. It's fantasy. It's sci-fi. It's make-believe. It's dreams. It's prayer. It's meditation. It's very idealistic energy. It's not about being perfection necessarily, although Virgo, you know all about that. But it is, you know what I mean? It's like, but in a perfect world, it would be this, and the reality is that really can only exist in the 3D, or I'm sorry, in the 5D. And so this new moon is going to be about embracing a new creative thing, possibly a new belief, possibly some understanding, possibly acceptance and surrendering. Okay. The ability to surrender, the ability to accept, the ability to realize, okay, this is the way things are, and then recreate. All right. So let's find out where this happens for you. When we think of people in our lives, again, this is subconscious, but this is a very, because it's like prayer and meditation, these and fantasy, these can be like politicians, these can be people on the silver screen, these can be musicians, people that kind of seem out of reach, right? Like royalty seems out of reach, right? People who kind of seem out of reach who are on the other side of the world, even, or on the silver screen. This is in your seventh house. Seventh house, a new beginning. That's partnership energy. This is your partner making new partners, idealistic partners, partners about this is surrender and sacrifice. This is marriage. This is partnerships. So it can be business or personal. So if it's not a marriage, it could be a new business partnership. And so just so that we're clear, business partnerships can be anybody that we're doing something one-on-one with, but usually there's either going to be an exchange of energy, an exchange of money, or a contract involved. Those are all seventh house things. Okay. Sitting down with somebody doing a consultation, like that's seventh house. We have this deal. We're starting this new endeavor and we have a begin and an end date, or we have like a contract, or we make commitments to each other. That's seventh house. Okay. So it's Pisces. So it's dreamy, a dreamy new partner, right? Possibly somebody who could even have to do with the cloth, people who are spiritual, even religious, possibly. But it's got a really like a Hollywood vibration to it because it's Pisces. So it's music and the silver scream and fantasy, Pisces energy coming through as a partner. Maybe you were holding out for like that ideal partner, but something is coming through. Do you have something at 1 degrees and 22 minutes? That's where this new moon begins. 1 degrees, 22 in Pisces. And it is all about partnerships for you. Partnerships. If you want more details, find out where your Neptune is in your chart. Look at your chart, go find Neptune, see what sign it's in. And then when you see the sign that it's in, write the keywords of that sign down. Then look and see the house number that it's sitting in. Write those keywords down too. That will fill in the blanks of all of this for you. Okay. So we're going to get a card, and this card is going to show Virgo a little bit more details on this new partnership. You got a partnership card. It's illumination. You see that? What's it going to look like? You're looking up to the moon. It's almost like you're wishing on a star. You are definitely looking at the moon here. Or this card is definitely looking at the moon. Look at the rainbow of color. But it's illumination. The moon is a reflector. It reflects back to us what we put out. What have you been putting out? Because that's what you're going to get. Have you been setting intentions? Have you really been sitting down and like, oh my God, my ideal partner would be this, right? My ideal partner would be that, a bit of a fantasy even, right? She's riding on this beast, this winged being. You see that? Definitely a Pisces card, but there's an illumination here, and it does have something to do with your past. Okay. It definitely has to do with history. So this is telling me this may be somebody where you have soul history with. It doesn't mean that your personality, that it's somebody that you met in this life, although it could be, because the moon outright is the past. So it could be someone from a long time ago, but it can also be from the soul's history from a long time ago. Like your souls may have that connection. Okay. But you have the numerology is a number 2. So this is definitely partnership card, right? Definitely a partnership, has something to do with the past, which tells me it's someone where you will feel that connection with them. You will feel it. You won't question it. You'll know it when you'll know it because of this history, because of what this card is showing. You'll know it. Happy 2023. Happy February 2023, Virgo. Below the video, I'll have all the degrees for those of you who like to pay attention to the degrees in your chart. Again, if you don't know and you want to know, just comment below.